What's happening, everyone? And welcome to another edition of Show and Tell with Ask Ash. And I'm excited because I wanted to actually show you guys how you can look at number one, closing out a project and what you need to do after a project is done, whether this is a launch. We are in Black Friday season, depending on when you're watching this video. But people are launching courses, books. What else are they launching? Products, services, everything in between. But I think it's really important that we start looking at how we can evaluate our performance. I'm really big on lessons learned. I think it's important. I know that it's important. And so we're going to build out this particular document using the docs in ClickUp. So let's do that. And then we're also going to do something a little bit different too. We're also going to look at risk management in another video that I'll put up as well. But let's get started. And I'm going to actually look at this right here. I'm going to click this button right here, and we're going to go to Docs. We're going to add this view. We're going to rename it, and we're going to put lessons learned. Okay. This is going to be really key for your team. This is lessons learned project A. If you are a solopreneur, you need to be doing this as well. And let's see. Let me get a notebook. As you can see, this is Docs 3.0 for ClickUp. So they did something where they're just upgrading some of the aesthetics and the appearance of your Docs feature. So you definitely want to check that out. They're using covers as well. Definitely gives you some Notion vibes, right? If those of you that are familiar with Notion, definitely some good Notion vibes here. You can also add a tag here as well if you want it just for the workspace. So you can just say like lessons learned, I guess project A maybe. So I'm just going to create a tag right here. If you need to favorite it, you certainly can. Page history they have right here. And then for settings, we're going to go over here. I'm going to make this mono. We're just going to, no, I actually don't like that. We'll go with the serif. We'll go with serif, apply to, we'll just do it right here. Subtitle. Oh, very good. Let's see. We're going to say the subtitle is with an analysis. That's what we'll say, an analysis of, well, this is not Jessica, this is Andrea's project A. You wanted to add the contributor, you can certainly have something where, you can add some folks if you want to. I'm going to turn that off. Sticky table of contents. Okay. Awesome. If you want to protect this page, you can as well. All right. Very good. What else? Okay. If you needed to actually do a template, they got all sorts of templates right here too. Very good. That's really cool. They got one-on-ones, performance reviews. Awesome. They got a lot of cool things in here. I love it. So I will definitely be saving this as a template for sure, because one of the first things that I love to do when it comes to a lessons learned project, and we're going to take this H3, is we're going to go with a project overview so that everyone knows like what the project is about. We're going to put a little bullet points on what people should include, which is background, the goals, KPIs, deliverables. We'll leave it at that. And then we'll get into examining what went right. So you can do this a number of ways. You can definitely do a roundtable robin with your team on this. What went well for project A? So you can certainly have you can put this in categories. This is something that definitely can be categorical if you wanted to. So you can say, what went well. And this can be, let's see, we're going to go with like scheduling. And then we can go with like the management of the tasks, the managing of the project slash tasks. I'm going to go with team communication. And then I'm going to go with client communication. And then we can turn this into, definitely I'm going to do a banner for this. Definitely do a banner. And so this is really great to actually go through each aspect of your project. So if we're looking at this from a standpoint of like a project launch, we can go and say the marketing and social media. And underneath each of these banners, you can actually put the comments, whatever type of comments that you want. So this could be, uh, well, I think we'll do a bullet point for this, right? That was point one, point two, point three. I'm actually going to copy and paste this. Copy, 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 and copy. And I'm going to put a divider right here because then we're going to go to the next section and say what didn't go so well. So you want to gather your team together and you'll want to write down some categories. So this may require some prep work. This could be somebody on your team that's responsible for creating this, or you could definitely freestyle this, right? But definitely put this information in categories like the scheduling, the management of the tasks, the team communication, the client communication. Definitely put information about the deliverables. I'm thinking I'm gonna put another, I don't know what I'm going to do. I keep on hitting the black backslash, but here we go. And you'll want to, oh, nope, that's not what I wanted. Copy. Then you can go around in a circle, or everyone takes turns rather, and then they can actually go for each one. I'm like I'm scrolling for life, people. Okay. So we got the scheduling. So this is really looking at it from the perspective of, the timing of everything. Like, how did that go? Like, were things on time? Like, did it make sense in terms of the tasks and how they were aligned with the workload of your particular team member? So you want to definitely take a look at that. For the actual managing of the project and task, we're talking about everything from the strategy to the level of execution. So you want to write down any observations for that. For the team communication, do we have like a person? Team communication, you'll definitely want to, we'll just put these up here. For the team communication, you'll definitely want to write down any observations that you have on your team. Were there anything that was missing just in terms of the information? Was it free flowing? Were people confused about things? Like all those types of things. Client communication, same thing. What specifically went well with client communication? I will know that is going to be very key. We're talking about answering emails. We're talking about if you had a client dashboard. Were they in ClickUp? Were they confused about how to use the platform? Were there things that you could have done better? So look at that from that perspective, like what went well from that perspective. Okay. And then marketing and social media, same thing, and deliverables. You want to focus on what went well. I know some of the things I talked about what didn't go well, and we'll put that in here. We'll definitely put that in here. But this is really looking at it from the perspective of who did a great job or what went really well for that particular project. Like, where did the team excel? So what um didn't go well for project A? And people should know, and everyone should know who's tuning in and listening to this. This is very important for you all to know. What didn't go well is not about blaming people. If you do want to have accountability, but you do not want to blame people for, like, you don't want to blame people as if that was like their only thing, or like the most, what's the best word for it? You essentially don't want to have the blame game. That's what I'm trying to say. You don't want to have the blame game. So that's what you'll want to do, is you'll want to look at this from the perspective. You can have the exact same categories, and I'm actually just gonna go and copy and paste this part of it right here. And then I'm gonna actually go here. And again, please actually go and rework these titles. If it's not scheduling, if it's not the client communication, whatever it is, this could also be technology. That's also another point. We didn't even write that in there. So we're going to actually put technology. We know technology can be something that, you know, gets on all of our nerves at times. Do a banner for this one too. I'm going to copy and paste that into, yeah, I'm going to copy and paste this one here too. Okay, here we go. Technology. Excellent. All right. So this is really gutting what you've done and really looking at it from the perspective of, this didn't go right. You know, this could have been better, and looking at it from that perspective. So you're going to go through and you're going to say, in terms of scheduling, maybe there were a few tasks that required more time. You're going to want to put that in here. Maybe there were some aspects of the project that could have been tightened better, just in terms of the strategy and the level of execution. The team communication, same thing. What worked and what didn't work. Client communication, same thing. Marketing and social media, what worked in terms of like the analytics, because you're definitely going to want to examine that. The deliverables, same thing. If there were certain aspects of the deliverables, maybe it was some aspects of the process that didn't go as smoothly as you hoped, you want to put that in there. And then technology, because definitely for those that are doing courses or those that are launching things, websites and things like that, you definitely want to look at features and what could have went well, and if there were certain bugs or certain automations or triggers, you want to make sure that you are looking at that from that perspective. This is also a really great way to this whole lessons learned. This is for your webinars. These are for your virtual events and your conferences. These are great to use for your membership groups as well. And this is getting into the practice and the habit of, what is my process? How do I evaluate it? And then how do I improve upon it? So that brings us to, folks, to our last but not least. And this is really important. I'm going to put this right here. It's really just next steps slash action plan. So what I would do here is, now that you have the information, and I also want to make this a point too, you may also want to do surveys, and you also may want to talk to some individuals that maybe these are clients, maybe these are attendees, maybe these are people that you've had in your different respective entrepreneurship circle, your groups, your squad, people that have a good eye for this, and ask them their particular perspective if they happen to participate in your sale, in your service, in your product, in your launch, what have you. in your membership group, and then you can collect that same data and, create a space for comments and things. Like, you can have like an extra set of, comments and things that you could attach here. You can attach a link if you wanted to. Survey Monkey, what is another one? Typeform, your Airtable, whatever it is that you use, and then you can, make sure that you are referencing that particular feedback inside of this document. Cool. Next steps, action plan. I believe that this is where you are going to, take the relevant information from your evaluation, and you're going to, document what's needed for next time. And then you're also just going to want to store this information either in ClickUp. If you perhaps even don't want to do this lessons learned in your particular, if you don't want to store it here, you can certainly do it in Google Drive as well. You can, get the same points, create a template within the Google Docs, have that within your project folders, and then boom, you're ready to go. But this is what you would do, your next steps. So this is take the relevant information from your evaluation, document what's needed for next time. And yeah, you'll store this information in ClickUp. It'll live in the project space, or you could actually create a lessons learned database if you wanted to, and actually take the link that ClickUp has. What's this? Yes, we have a link right here. And so you can export this as a PDF if you wanted to, or you can actually go and let me go right back up here. And, you could go and take it, take a link and attach it, copy this link right here. So that is something that you can certainly do. I'm actually going to save this as a template. I'm going to say this is the lessons learned template. Temp. Perfect. All right. This is it for show and tell with Ask Ash. Super appreciate it. And definitely leave a comment below. Let me know what your thoughts are. And I look forward to talking with you soon.